Yeah, Rage does ring some bells. I'll have to see the country flag to be sure. I have definitely heard Rage the Bayonetta before, and I'm aware, yeah, this is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, no doubt. This is going to be an interesting one. We're going to a small battlefield for a game 1 pick. Obviously, a bi-plat stage like that could be very viable for both of these players, but this is where things get interesting. You know, Bayonetta being a cutscene combo character in the air against the double jump armor. There's a lot of things you can do to play around that, and that's the kind of the nuance of the matchup that we now have a chance to get to talk about.
Yeah, that we do. But already straight off the bat, at 73%, this is what Bayo can absolutely work with and do tons of distance. But it's a classic thing. I'll get it out the way. People say Bayo can't kill, and that's more in neutral. So we're now at the point where Sansi is using that double jump to get out. We're at a high percentage where combos aren't going to work. Rage's going to have to start trying to find a raw kill. Luckily,
like that
next time, he's going to let you do it.
Wow. Yeah, and you know that Yoshi's going to be looking for like a lingering hit like the Nair to try to fade in, fade out. Insane drift on this character, by the way. So you can kind of play that will he, won't he approach game. Sansi is still looking for some more here. We got to get more damage on the board because Rage is starting to break away.
Yeah, Sansi desperately trying to find a kill. I mean, you saw forward air pop after forward air pop. All of those are kill shots. Same with this up air. We're going to be seeing another one. No, Sansi instead doesn't push their luck, tries to the up smash, but gets thrown away for their troubles. Rage is kind of playing a more patient game than we were at the start of the game, knowing that this is kind of time to build up an advantage more than try and find another kill. Just happy to take the combos as they fall into their hands.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that Bayonetta wants to do on approach that are unsafe. So why do all of that? We can have Yoshi just run up on you. And honestly, there's a lot of ways to get around that. So we are looking for a big call out with the down B on ledge. I like the idea, but Rage, again, this is another one of those kind of delay off stage characters. There's some resources, and if you force those out, that's good. But we need to find probably a more consistent option to edgeguard Bayonetta.
Yeah, the charge up guns there as almost a taunt more than anything else, but Sansi is happy to respond with their egg, pop out a shield, whack out the up air, and Rage bites the bullet. 2 stocks apiece, but Rage does have a pretty comfy lead. Hate to say it again and jinx myself, but we're in that awkward spot where Bayonetta is going to have to try and find a raw kill more than anything confirmed.
Wow, and it looks like Sansi is starting to figure out some of the ideas of like what Rage wants to in these disadvantageous situations. There we go. That's the consistency that I wanted to see. Now we're seeing the ABK to ledge stuffed out completely by the incredibly strong forward air.
Yeah, the witch twist upwards, trying to find a little bit of purchase. Sansi, not biting, not accepting it. Is happy to play the waiting game this time. I said it before, I'll say it again. You have a lead. You've got no reason to try and force an advantage. Instead, you take it as it falls towards you, while Rage kind of like beats around the bush and tries to find this kill.
Yeah, you can see Rage starting to kind of fish for some options. Fish for like bats. Fish for witch time potentially. We might see that, but I don't know. So far, Sansi finding these escape options, the text, everything. The follow-ups have been so strong.
Sansi makes it back. Think almost wants to call this a 2-stock. From the way they're playing, they've kind of clocked the fact that they're getting Rage really high, and they've started trading out these Nairs for more kill moves. We saw an F smash attempt on ledge, and again, Sansi just trying, Rage trying again and again, and it's only getting Sansi's Rage higher. That's it, 199%, popped off the top. That's a 2-stock. What do you make of that one?
That's really tough. I mean, you did mention the trouble that Bayonetta has killing on a character like Yoshi, who's surprisingly heavy. We're seeing it. It's definitely an issue that we need to kind of rectify in the next game. So far, we were getting a few of the combos, but the advantage states for Bayonetta got worse and worse over the course of the game. Some of the big combos that they were getting at the beginning were not panning out for them at the end. And I feel like that's a testament to the escape options of Yoshi, as well as the great, like the drift. It's all of those tools that Sansi was using very effectively. And I feel like no matter what deficit you take in the first couple stocks, as long as you're able to keep finding your wins in neutral, you can bring it back and you can build that lead even further. Like once you lost the first stock, didn't lose a second.
It really is that kind of like bit of comfort. Everyone takes that game 1 to take their time, work out what their opponent wants, and kind of work out where their game plan should lie. Is this a game where I play more offensive, more defensive, more neutral? And it felt like Sansi kind of clocked on pretty quickly that the moment that Rage has kind of done their thing and gotten you incredibly high in percent, it's now your turn to play the game and just start unloading.
definitely. But a hit on shield like that, and Rage is starting to say, okay, look, I got to be able to take some more hits. I'm going to get the damage no matter what. Getting the kill will come later, but we can find things like up tilt to back air that are relatively consistent. I just think that that's something that we will have to deal with the armor at some point.
And I will say, by the way, I'm a big fan of watching how Rage kind of like extends combos out. There's been a couple times where Witch Twist hasn't hit and confirmed the way you want it to, but Rage is then more happy to go a bit more freeform just to keep the little bit of damage being tacked on a bit higher than it would have been if you just gave up the moment it doesn't work.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches, honestly, and if they're sent the wrong way, yeah, you got to find a conversion wherever you can take it, because especially now, we know that Yoshi has insane kill power, and being a lighter character like Bayonetta lends itself to some of these situations being very bad.
Yeah, that's a recovery for Rage. Both players in very, very dangerous areas. But I think it's a little bit easier for Yoshi to exploit being at this percent than it is for someone like Bayonetta. Rage, though, putting me almost to shame. Finds the back air, doesn't quite kill. And that's a Yoshi at 150% at ledge. On contrast, let me introduce you to Yoshi back air. Sorry, Rage, I didn't mean to upset you. I get it. The giant fist. That is a kill move. You're right. That is a good one.
That's true, and didn't need the witch time to secure that one either. You know that Yoshi's going to be in the air, and you got to throw out some of those big haymakers. Unfortunately, it means that Sansi's probably going to be looking for it next time, so maybe keep a hold on that for now. Put a pin in it.
Yeah, I like the down throw there. Pop up to the platform. Put Rage in a bit of a weird spot, but Rage is more than happy to kind of take that and keep it going. We're all the way to the stars, it's 95%, but the thing that worries me, we've seen Rage get Sansi to literally this percent on multiple occasions, and that's where Sansi will then start to play the stock a little bit more. So Rage, I want to see you hit something here, and this, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, now we're starting to get some really nice confirms. We're baiting out the Nair in from Sansi so effectively, and Rage is not going to let that slide so easily. So this is looking pretty good, and we're finding even stronger advantage states than in the first game. So I'm very excited to see how Rage is able to continue their advantage states further in this game.
Yeah, Sansi, it's one thing that I love about watching higher level people play is the moments where anyone else would be pressing buttons and they just wait. They just wait to feel out what's happening in play. And that's what you kind of see Sansi doing every now and then. Same with Rage. Even when they're off stage, when they're in neutral, they both kind of take a second to pause and reevaluate the situation. I don't think Sansi's got the time for that, though.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Looking for the snipe with the egg. I appreciate that. Lower ceilings of Hollow Bastion lend itself to early kills because of that. But with high percent on last stock for Sansi, the roll in covered so nicely. And Rage, I mean, if a tech roll out happens, no, there wouldn't be a stock. And yet, that was an option that really covered like one or two options. And it works. We'll take it.
It just works. There's so much you could say about that interaction, but it just works.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, like, you know that most people in that situation are going to be looking for either a tech in place or a tech roll in, trying to get yourself closer to center stage. That was read really nicely by Rage, and they knew exactly what Sansi was looking for.
Yeah, 1-1 apiece on the board. We're going into our game 3 now. No changes, no alterations. Let's repeat the formula. Apart from this time, let's get rid of a platform. Let's make this even flatter.
Ooh, okay, yeah, exactly. No platforms here, which means that the sharking for Bayonetta can be really, really good. We just have to see if the same can be true of Yoshi.
Yeah, time will tell, I guess. That lovely heel slide into the kick up. Doesn't find the Witch Twist at the other end. Instead, Sansi just kind of hand delivers you into disadvantage. A poor Witch Twist opens you up to just a bit more damage by this blue little dinosaur. Oh.
See, this is what you were talking about. Dropping the combo and waiting to see what the panic option to get out of dodge is. And so far, we're baiting it out effectively. We've got some good damage on the board, and we're not done yet.
Yeah, pop out of the egg for Sansi here. But there we go, one more of those, and that could be a dead Rage. Both these players, they're so even. That's the thing, though. Every single stock seems to end with both of them hitting 100% and then scrapping out to see who can find the final blow.
Oh, wow. Going for the big call out of the downer of all things. Unfortunately, it was a trade, which means Rage is now getting popped up, losing the resources, and we got to use the jump. We got to use everything in our disposal to get back. And we're looking for a quick, maybe bait out on the ledge, hoping that Rage is going to get a little too greedy, and does here center stage. So we find a catch, and just like that off the Angel platform, Sansi is wasting no time.
Bam. There we go, off the side of the stage. Took in by that neutral B and hand delivered almost to the blast zone, but instead, again, we are a incredibly even matchup. We both reset to almost 0%. Whoa! still?
Still alive. Again,
surely not. This is Bayonetta.
Yeah. As light as you are, you're not going to get swallowed up in the blast zone from that height when you get connected. But even then, you got to burn some resources, and that's a time where I feel like Sansi's got to go a little bit more ham.
Yeah, literally just start swinging. Just start whacking that tail around because it is such a meaty option. Anything that involves Yoshi's tail, you know for a fact that thing is hitting like a truck.
The tail is the strongest muscle in the body. That's what they say, I think.
Yeah,
but
who says that?
I don't
know. Rage.
Nobody, yeah, because Rage is going to say, it doesn't matter. I've got plenty of muscles to flex here as well, and we're going to be taking that right off the top. Back to even. Last stock, game 3.
Again, it just constantly is back and forth, game for game, stock for percent for percent. We're going to see which one of these two can start grabbing the lead first and whether that can convert into a kill or whether it's going to be a bloodbath once more.
Yeah, we got to see Rage get some big combos. We got to get some damage on the board because right now Sansi is just taking a couple of those like stray hits and running with them. And of course, we're playing it back. We're trying to use the projectiles well. We do see the heel slide connect and get a decent combo starter. We're just not going to get too much in the way of a conversion.
Oh, chased up the side, chased upwards. Sansi is going all the way to the top, but we know it isn't Smash 4 anymore. We've seen Bayonetta in the UK enough. Yeah. We know that people don't die to that anymore, but what it is a nice amount of percent.
Right, and the SDI, I think, is starting to work a little bit for Sansi. We just got to see maybe a little bit stronger. I know your controller's expensive, but you might have to make some sacrifices here.
Yeah, wiggle the stick to keep yourself alive in winner's side. This is winner's quarterfinals, I believe. Yes. A fight to break through in the top 8.
Yes, I believe so. We're getting there. And, of course, these two, seed 48 versus seed 81, Sansi could potentially make an upset here if possible, but we got to get there first. 178, and you know that jab got buffed, so that's going to be a secured game for Rage.
Love to see it. That is definitely one of the ways that a Bayonetta can just decide, this is a quick, relatively safe thing I can do. If jab 1 hits, it's pretty much curtains. It's almost the one that she has. She's got jab, she's got back air. That's it. Her smash attacks are so committal that you don't really do them unless it's a really solid read that you think you can get away with.
Right, that's true. And even things like the forward throw could at least get you off stage for a good edge guard in the making. There's a lot of good things that Bayonetta can do when she has you in the corner and is starting to like press down on you. We take it to a game 4 and we're right back to FD. So no platforms, no problem. But I feel like in the last game, Sansi just wasn't able to get the large advantage states that we know you can with the juggles that Yoshi offers.
I was going to say, keep in mind, this is Sansi instead picking to go back to Final Destination.
Right.
Being happy to be here, I can understand it. Those egg throws can control a lot of airspace, and I believe will beat Bayonetta out of Wick Twist. But you just need to be finding them on her, because at the moment, she is running around you in the air as she can, and while you're in this hit stun, you can't do anything about it. Goodbye to your first stock, Sansi. That's not the way you really want to begin, potentially, the set-defining game.
Definitely not, because that was very minimal rage for Rage. And of course, Sansi, might have been a DI thing. It really wasn't that late in terms of percent. Like, we actually probably died a little too early. But that means that Rage is going to feel like there's a green light to continue to go for those same situations.
Love that, though. Forward air into up smash. Sansi begins the upwards mountain climb to start to even this thing out.
Oh, yeah.
Twist.
The turnaround. Oh, man. This is tough. I mean, when you get pushed to the ledge like that, you're trying to mix up your options using the double jump as well. But Rage was smartly holding shield there, knowing that there's going to be an aggressive option following.
Yeah, tries to kind of catch little things on Sansi's shield, and it is obviously worth noting as well, one of the big benefits of Yoshi cannot get shield poked. Literal impossibility, and Bayonettas do love to do that with like little taps of forward air on the top right of your shield. Literally just can't happen here.
Yeah, definitely not. It's a huge boon for Yoshi in this matchup specifically, just because, Bayonetta is a character that loves to pester in the neutral and tries to get you to try drop shield or hold shield for too long. And then now Yoshi kind of bypassing that means that there's more pressure to be had here. In center stage, Rage is doing the right things, waiting and just like figuring out, okay, I got to pick my shots.
Oh, nice. That's going to be curtains. Yep, it is. I was going to say, Sansi has literally begun to really flip this around, considering it started off with like a really clean, I'm pretty sure either 0 step or close to. Instead, using that time to play a bit more pain. No way, not a chance. Rage almost finding the same thing that opened up the set. but instead just dropping a little bit short. This damage, though, nothing to be ashamed about.
Yeah, definitely. I like that they backed off a little bit to try to bail. Okay, so he said, I don't have to go crazy. I don't need to do too much. I'm playing in a comfortable enough advantage. If you get hit by something like a back air or an up air, you might die. But at the same time, Rage is just not bothered. It's just going to look for something here. We don't get a huge punish on the air dodge, but forward throw, you can already see how good it is at getting you off stage at those higher percents.
Oh, the follow-up there, go to the ledge. Rage trying to stay safe, because here's the thing, yeah, you're a stock up, but if you can seal this set out right now, you don't need to be in the stressful situation where you could be in a one-stock finale. So Sansi is literally scrapping to stay alive here in both the game, the set, and the winner's side bracket run.
Yeah, and you can tell, like, Rage is doing the right things, kind of like using those pokes below the ledge to force Sansi to shield and not be able to find a strong enough edge guard to take this stock. And look at that, the gun from all the way across the stage from downtown. Rage is almost getting the stock, but finally Sansi is bringing it to a last stock situation. I just don't know how much longer can you survive?
Yeah, Sansi is hopefully any second now going to start using this Bayonetta's namesake and making good use of this Rage that is all lined up. Rage, on the other hand, is very comfortable to, again, play patient, know where Sansi is, call out with these guns more than they ever have before.
Oh my god, like, Sansi's doing the right thing to get Rage off stage, but I need to see, there's ways to get early stocks here on Bayonetta, but at 232, Rage is still having the same old problem that they had many times throughout the set. How do you kill Yoshi?
It's not even how do you kill Yoshi, how do you kill a Bayonetta? Well, you see, when someone's at insanely high percents, that down throw, it's a DI mix-up kill throw. I've seen Bloom do it one too many times, and it's always going to work here no matter where you're from.
Yeah, you get that grab, and it's not even a forward throw situation. I mean, could potentially have made some moves with that one, but it doesn't even matter because 250%. Yeah, at that point, anything will take it. So we're going to be able to find Rage continuing on, even after losing game one. It feels like once they got on FD, they were super comfortable. Like, the horizontal pressure is really good, but it's the vertical pressure that obviously won them the set.
Yeah, totally. I was really about both these competitors. Very, very fun to watch. Sansi as well cannot be understated how, like, just it seemed like they weren't ever panicking. And it's such a big thing where when you get put on a foot that Bayonetta consistently